Hi everybody, it's Chris from Modern Vedic Astrology here. Just wanted to talk a bit more about Barack Obama's chart. Today I wanted to look at his career selection, and the level of status or profile, success that he would enjoy in his career. As many people know, career is seen usually through the 10th house primarily, which right here for the Capricorn rising chart, it is Libra. Obama's got Neptune there, which is doesn't really affect the quantity of the house, that is the level of success, the magnitude or amplitude he could enjoy in his life. Each house, I think that's important to distinguish this, quantity versus quality. Quantity is something that tries to assess the level a person will reach in their life in terms of outcomes, whether it's the level of career success, it's a quantity measurement, or the level, if we're talking about children, the 5th house, the level, the quantity inscribed in the 5th house, that would be the number of children or the amount of happiness they might convey. Obviously it's a bit of a stretch, we don't want to quantify things too much. The quality would be the way in which a person goes about manifesting the karma of a particular house. How they go about it, how he goes about his career, or the kinds of things he finds important. That's more of a quality element, dimension, if you like. He's got Neptune here, so a lot of people have, rightly, I think, looked at his idealism, his inspirational character. That's kind of a quality measurement. Neptune here, although it's often considered a malefic, it doesn't really negatively affect the quantity, the level that Obama would reach in his career. The guy is president, obviously, so he's done quite well for himself. The other thing we want to look at for career, besides the planets in the 10th house, are aspects to the 10th house. And this is quite significant. Here we have Saturn casting its full strength 10th house Vedic aspect from the 1st. This is important for two reasons, I think. Basically related reasons. Saturn is in Capricorn in the 1st house, which makes it quite strong. And the 1st Lord aspecting the 10th Lord, that's a nice combination for career success and having a high public profile through your career. The other nifty element about this is that Saturn's aspect to the 10th house aspects its sign of exaltation. Saturn is exalted in Libra, so that is an additional boost for the 10th house and for Obama's career. That's a quantity measurement. Arguably a quality too, since Saturn and Capricorn are related to government and administration. One might say that provides a small hint that Obama might be destined for a life in politics. But having a planet aspect, a house in which its sign of exaltation is contained, is a very nice thing to have, and Obama has that going on, as would all people who were born with Saturn in Capricorn in the 1st house. Saturn moves pretty slow, so it'd be there 61, 62 for most people, but not everyone would have Saturn in the 1st house, so there you go. Now the other dimension you want to look at for career, just in a very brief kind of way, is the ruler of the 10th, which is Venus. Venus here is in Gemini in the 6th house. Now normally people do assessments of charts and houses in Vedic astrology. They are sometimes put off by the fact that some houses are good, some houses are bad, and the bad houses, the Dusthana houses, are the 6th, 8th, and 12th houses, and so people sort of get scared or put off by the fact that, oh, you've got a planet in the 6th house, that's trouble for you. Well, it may be trouble or it may not be. It's a lot more complicated than that. Simple placements in the planets in the 6th house here arguably haven't done Obama any harm. And again, you want to look at this quantity versus quality distinction. One could make the case that there is a quantity issue when planets are placed in Dusthana houses. But even then, I would say they're very easily overridden if the planet is otherwise strong. Now, certainly from a quality perspective, this having the 10th ruler in the 6th house, I think nicely encapsulates Obama's legal career, since the 6th house is representative of law as well as health and serving. And I think the way he sets himself up as a politician, as a servant of the people through his sort of community activist past and whatnot, while he is a leader, Saturn, first lord in the 1st house, and first lord aspecting the 10th house, he's still very much a servant. And this 6th house emphasis, the 6th house placement of the 10th lord, gives him a kind of a nice legal orientation to his career. And the reason why this isn't a problem in terms of the level he's reached is Venus is really very powerful here. And the key for me, well, actually there's a few reasons, 2 main ones and 1 subsidiary one. Look at Venus is hemmed in between benefics. Hemmed in meaning the 2 planets on either side of it are benefic planets. That gives Venus a very nice boost. Moon is here exalted, and on the other side, Mercury is the next planet going this way. Mercury is also a benefic planet. So that improves the fortunes of Venus almost through osmosis, if you like, by having these friendly neighbors on either side. That boosts Venus, that boosts the houses that it rules, which is the 10th house. So that gives a nice improvement for Obama's career level, his quantity, so to speak. Now, the other important thing to remember here is Venus is in Gemini. Its dispositor is critical for understanding what kind of manifestations it's going to deliver in the person's life. Mercury here is the ruler of Gemini, and Mercury is so fantastically strong in this chart. It's in an angular house. It rules the 9th, which is one of the luckiest houses. It's a Kona house, and it's closely aspected by Jupiter here within 2 degrees. The Mercury is super strong and super benefic, so planets that are in Mercury's houses, like this Venus, by virtue of being in Gemini, are going to receive all of those benefits, and that is a critical reason why Obama has been so successful in his career, I would argue, both in his legal career and in his political career. The other thing you might want to note with this Venus, this 10th Lord, which is a career indicator, it does get this aspect from Ketu, and Ketu is a natural malefic planet, and it tends to cause problems. But I would argue here that Ketu's problematic dimension is much mitigated, and one could easily make a case for the fact that it probably gives the Venus an additional boost, because the Ketu dispositor here, it's in Aquarius, so it's ruled by that Saturn. That gives Ketu a nice lift, and so the aspect from Ketu to the Venus, it's very nice again. There will be a downside probably, maybe in terms of health issues or what have you, living aspects as opposed to non-living aspects of the Venus, but overall, just in terms of a thumbnail sketch there, that gives you a small indication of why Obama has been so successful. Okay, that's it for now. I think I'm up against the clock here, so until next time, it's Chris from Modern Vedic Astrology. Bye-bye.